Okay. So the next concept is exception handling. So we'll check this exception handling and then we'll close the session for today. Okay. Exception handling is like it's one of the powerful mechanism to handle the runtime errors. So exception handling means runtime errors, the normal cause application can be maintained. Okay. So it's called as an abnormal condition. Okay. So exception handling means to handle the runtime errors. Okay, let's say class not found exception, IO exception, SQL exception, or remote exception. Okay. Now if you say like exception, right? Like say if you wanted create one new class. Okay. Create a new class. So class name is exception handle. Okay. And give something like can you tell me one exception handling example? Exception handling means abnormal condition. Okay, that can be runtime error. Can you tell me one runtime error?
Maybe the object name is not found or something like that. Like if you
Yeah, errors are two types. One is compile time errors. The second one is runtime errors. So compile time errors means, so for example, if I missed something, right, here some semicolon. Okay, if I run this one, it will throw me an error saying like, see, it's showing my compile time error. So this is called as a compile time error. Okay, insert the semicolon. It is saying okay. Compilation problem. Okay, unresolved compilation problem. So this you can handle it from the front end. But runtime errors are like these are the runtime errors like class not found exception, IO exception, SQL exception, remote exception. Okay, or you can say like something like divide by zero. Anything divided by zero. Integer I equals to integer I equals to 500 divided by 0. So this is a runtime exception, right? So 500 divided by 0, what is the output? Let me run this. So if I run this one, okay, it's a runtime error. You can see, right? This is a runtime error of Java. It's there in Java dot lang dot arithmetic exception divided by 0. Okay, exception handling main, that is line number 8. So it clearly states it's a runtime exception of type arithmetic exception. Okay. So this type of exception, right? So what we need to do, instead of showing this in a red color, right, as an exception, so they have introduced a concept called exception handling in Java, where you can try and there are different methods, okay, where you can try, you can use the different methods like try, catch, final, finally, and all. Okay. So the first method is try, that is used to specify a block where a piece of code followed by each either cache or finally. Okay. So this is also one of the interview questions. Okay. Try, it should be followed by either cache block or finally. Okay. It means we can't use try block alone. So you can't use a try block alone. Next is a cache block. So cache block means it is used to handle the exception. Okay. That is used to handle the exception. Similarly, finally block means it used to execute the important code of the program. Throw and throws, this we are already using in our programs. Throw keyword used to throw an exception. Okay, now the same thing, what I will do, I will, so try, right? Try means use the try method. Try, it's like some piece of code, right? Some piece of code it has to be there. So I've written the code as I equals to 500 divided by 0. Now what I need to do, I need to catch that exception, right? Catch that exception. Catch. I need to give the exception, right? Catch exception E. Okay. Now and print that exception. Okay. Print that exception. Exception is E. Okay. And exception, just import that exception. Okay, now if I run this one, okay. Now if I run this one, okay, now you can see it's shown in a black color, that is the exception, and it's giving me the exception. Okay, what type of an exception? Okay, so that is the advantage with try catch block. So try, it's like the, I mean, where you're getting the exception, right, or the error that you will identify, and you use a try block inside that. So I'm thinking like here, this is the code where I'll get the exception. So I've used a try block here. So I need to catch that exception. So next I have to use the catch function method. I have to catch the exception. So I've cached I'm reading that exception. So now I came to know that the exception is java.lang arithmetic exception, and that is divided by 0. Okay, this is the use of exception handling, where you can try and cast those exceptions in Java. So we have seen the try catch block. Okay, same thing what you can do. So what is the advantage here is like, so it will not stop my execution. Okay, so you can write the rest of the code here. Okay? After this one, right? Even though there is an exception, you can just continue writing the code after this one by using this try catch. Okay, so that is the advantage. Yeah, similarly there are other things, right? What is that? Finally and throws. Finally you try it. Throw and throws, I think we are already doing it in some of the programs. We are using the throw and throws, I think. Just check that we are using the throws, and yeah, we are reading the Excel, right? We are using throws IO exception. Means, let's say here I've given demo.xls. Okay, yesterday we have filled one Excel file, right? That is demo. If I'm saying the file name is incorrect, what it will do, it will throw me an IO exception. Okay, if I run this one, right, you can see it's throwing me an IO exception, that is java.io file not found exception. Okay, so this is the throw. This is the advantage with throws. Okay, so these are the different exceptions. So we discussed about try, how to handle the exception by using try catch block, and we have discussed about throws,